All right, you primitive screwheads, listen up.
But more of the R-rated film that most other people do. There's some salty language in it and shit like that.
We work very well together, okay?
Gruesome twosome!
Gruesome twosome!
Pardon my French, but you're an asshole.
These guys are laughing.
I'm here for the gangbang.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
Inconceivable!
And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Oh, no, not the beast! Not the beast! Ah!
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills!
What? Say what again? Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you, motherfucker. Say what one more goddamn time.
They've done studies, 60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
Set no substitutes.
Hey enthusiasts, what's happening? This is Salty Language, episode 189.
The sexiest podcast, all up in the club.
That's true. It's true.
Sandwich.
Club sandwich?
Dude, I love a club sandwich.
I do like a club sandwich. Let's not
Bacon,
talk about
turkey, ham, bread, lettuce, tomato.
Listen, we just taped The Enthusiast, and we talked a lot of food on there. We should probably not talk
Made
food
me hungry,
again.
dude.
I am really hungry. I barely ate because, I was behind schedule today, so.
Dude, I'm so hungry.
Starving.
Because it's mind-boggling to you, yeah.
It's
Nice.
seriously.
It's true. It's true.
Early macho drop.
That's not early. That's just timely,
Oh, true.
as we like to do here.
It's true.
In case you haven't listened to the show before, I'm Brian.
This is the Tony.
And always joining us on the soundboard is Macho Man.
Oh, yeah.
From Beyond the Grave, apparently.
Well, of course.
Yeah. So first thing I want to say here is if you're new to the show, welcome. Thanks for giving us a listen, and make sure you check out, like, if you see the threads for The Enthusiast pop up. Those are shows where we generally interview people who I think we tried to get people that are a little off the beaten path.
Yeah, pretty much.
You may know who they are, but they're not necessarily. We're trying not to get the same person everybody gets, and
Yeah. And Steve Martin.
Wait. Oh, man, I wish we could get Steve Martin.
Dude, that'd be quite the lock, wouldn't
What
it?
I get, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I want Bill Murray. If I had to pick somebody, I want Bill Murray, because just the fact that you got him would be a huge win.
A huge get. Yeah.
He could just sit there and be, say a couple things just so it could be verified that he's Bill Murray, and then just be quiet the rest of the time, and I'd still be happy.
Yeah, that's all we need.
Yeah, because I'd be like, dude, he agreed to do our show. He doesn't agree to do anything.
Yeah, exactly. Be pretty awesome.
Yeah. Well, I guess I shouldn't say that because, he does do movies, but...
Well, okay, besides movies and golf.
Right. And he does just randomly show up at bars and pick up tabs and stuff, which is pretty
Yeah.
sweet.
It's very cool.
Yeah. I wish he could, do that for us one of these times. It'd be,
Nah, he'd see our tab and be like, oof, fuck these guys.
That's very possible. He'd be like, I said a beer. Oh, come on.
I don't know if we want to already start segueing into our week, but I have a beer-related story.
Well, it's never too early to tell beer-related stories,
Right.
sir.
So last weekend, right,
Mm-hmm.
we decided to go, we're doing errands and running around like crazy people.
Right.
And it hit that point, it's like lunch. It's like, we still had stuff to do. We have to go eat lunch now.
Yeah.
Or else I'm going to die.
It happens.
It does.
I'm pretty close to that point.
So we're like, we went to a couple different places. Everywhere was closed. We're like, fuck it. Just go to this Mexican joint we like. Mm-hmm. Sit down. I'm like, I'm just going to have water with my meal because I don't really want a beer.
I was like, water's not much of a lunch. Okay.
With my food.
Yeah.
And then I noticed their special for today was like all Mexican beers are on sale.
Cerveza.
Right. So I'm like, you know what? I've never had a Pacifico. I'll have a Pacifico. And the guy's like, oh.
You were trying to see if it was bueno or no bueno?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. How many stars I was going to give it? An untapped bueno, no bueno.
Right.
But
you mean El Untapped.
And the guy, the waiter, one hell of a salesman because he completely shanghaied both of us. He's like, "Oh, we don't have that on tap. We only have Dos Equis and Modelo." And I'm like, "Oh, all right." I didn't think twice. I'm like, "Well, then I'll just take a Dos Equis."
Of course.
Got up, went to the restroom. Right.
Right.
Come back. And there is the biggest beer mug I've ever seen. Well, no, because I actually own one.
I was going to say bigger than your beer mug.
No, it's my 32-ounce beer mug.
Nice.
That's what was sitting on the table. We both got a beer.
Yeah.
You know, and I can hammer. We can both hammer back the beers, but 32 ounces is a lot for one lunch.
Yeah.
I just couldn't believe we got Shanghai. And those things are like $7.50, $8.
That's not bad.
The bottles are supposed to be like $3 and change or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of annoyed, but at the same time, like, what are you going to do?
Yeah. Yeah, because you certainly got shanghaied if you ordered, something that's $3 or whatever dollars and ended up with a $7 beer.
Yeah, yeah, because I was just like, oh, because when he's like, oh, we just got these on tap, I would even think about it. I'm like, oh, well, then I'll take this.
Right.
I should have been like, no, bottle.
Right.
I don't want a vat of beer.
Or at least asked what size on tap, because a lot of places have a smaller and a larger size.
Yeah.
So maybe they had one that was not in Thor size.
That's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
And like a gentleman, I knocked it back and finished off hers too.
Well, what are you going to do? I mean, you can't.
Yeah. What am I going to waste it?
Yeah, you can't. You can't just leave beers unless you're already the drink.
Yeah. No. It was definitely not the drink.
Yeah. Even after that?
Nah, I mean, tolerance.
Yeah, true. It was probably not real heavy beer, too, I'm guessing.
Plus full of, delicious Mexican food.
I was going to say, because you're used to knocking back, like,
high octane,
and
heavy beers.
Right, and that probably wasn't anywhere near the register that you're used
to. No, that was like a 4%, probably not even.
Yeah, so, yeah, you're fine.
I don't know. I just felt shanghaied.
Yeah.
Or... I don't know.
I have no idea.
Yeah, Juarez.
Juarez.
That's an awful city where you can get decapitated.
Yeah, well, I guess that's. It seems a tad extreme for having to pay a few dollars more for a beer, but it's all right. I mean, I guess the way you look at it is just look at the quantity you got and just think about that the pints we were drinking at Beer Fest and stuff were like $7. So,
yeah, I know, and I know at the price point, the amount of beer I got, it was pretty much like I bought it from Sam's Club.
Right. I mean, it's no Baltica,
well, no,
right.
What is
right? The Tsar of beers, but
yes, yes, yeah, precisely.
Yeah.
I mean, that's if you want price point beer.
That's the beer. Yeah.
That's the beer choice.
That's right. It is the official party beer of Salty Language now.
Yeah.
Whether it wants to be or not.
It doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't. You're right.
Oh, God, I'm having memories, flashbacks.
Of Baltica or?
Yeah, God.
I didn't figure you'd remember much of that.
No, I remembered it was kind of just like oddly sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is you're loading up for tomorrow night.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Baltica's for everyone.
Rounds and rounds of it.
Obviously. Like you said, Baltica, Baltica hands.
Yeah.
Oh, what a terrible
idea.
No, that's a great idea. That'll be great when we get all the folks together for the podcast roundup. We'll just all get all the Baltica. And
you can just cases of it. There's a Baltica truck outside.
Oh, what a terrible idea that is.
Why are we talking about Baltica?
Because it's the Tsar of beers.
Oh, yeah, right. I forgot. It's a beer company that has other beer companies' CEOs assassinated.
Well, obviously. Yeah, nice. Yeah.
Way to go, Putin.
Yeah, allegedly.
Right.
I don't want to get in any trouble here.
Yeah, naturally.
Yeah.
Allegedly, my ass.
Right. I don't understand. I don't even see how you could draw that line. It's just because somebody politically opposed him and he happens to have all that kind of power, I don't see why you would think he'd have someone killed. That's just ludicrous.
It's because he rides horseback shirtless and looks like a falcon.
Yeah, well, who doesn't, though?
That's true.
I was riding horseback topless earlier today. I wasn't.
As is tradition.
Yeah, I wasn't. I was wearing my smart vest, actually.
Nice. Is that like a fanny pack?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, it was.
Dude, I'd wear a vest that had pockets like a fanny pack.
Like they have to be like puffy and out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So kind of like a fishing vest.
Nice.
Except
with less hooks and feathers.
Less hooks and feathers and more pockets.
Right.
Like, I don't know how, but you find a way to put pockets in pockets or something. I don't know, because that's all that was your only qualification for it. You were like, I just need pockets. Like, sir, it already has
within
4
pockets.
Yeah, it's like, sir, it has 4. Like, that's not, like, there's no back pockets here. What's going on?
What am I, common folk? 4 pockets. Pshaw.
There's not even one for me to put my monocle in.
For sure. My matching kerchief.
Well, obviously. I mean, what are you, savage, walking around without one?
Yeah, good Lord.
Come on. Oh, man. So, what have you been up to this week? Other than knocking back giant cervezas.
Well, I got I told you I just bought my new handy dandy notebook,
yes,
which I love, and I found myself getting pissed off.
You better not leave that out, or I'm going to write handy dandy notebook on it.
That's fine. It's highly acceptable.
I'm gonna bring over my glitter pens and do it.
Oh, even better, Brian. But I found myself getting, excuse me, pissed off of all things at green lights.
Wow, green lights, huh?
Because I thought of something when I was working, and I wanted to jot it down at a red light.
Oh,
and the lights were just going for me.
Right.
And I'm like, because my stupid, like, damaged hard drive of a brain with all its bad sectors,
right.
I'm like, I'm going to forget this. And
yeah.
Thank God I didn't.
Yeah.
Because I know there's so much things that I pop in my head. I'm like, ooh, I want to talk about that on podcast.
Right.
And then I get to wherever I'm going, and I'm like, I know there's something.
Yeah.
It's just gone.
You need to just stop listening to anything in the vehicle and just have a recorder from the time you get in the vehicle until you get out of it, basically.
Yeah, maybe.
And then you can just, keep saying things and have them.
I wish I could queue up like a hotkey on my phone for a voice recorder.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised they don't have something like that, because that would be very convenient. Where you just hit a key or a button or something, and you're just like,
yeah, like if I hold down like both volume buttons, and it's like, oh, you want to record a voice? I don't know, whatever.
Right. Yeah, because it's not like you have, we can't be like, Siri, record or something. Cause,
yeah, now with my ancient tablet I have in my pocket.
Right. Siri's still a glint in the eye of this phone.
Yeah, you got that right. I mean, one of my keyboard choices is cuneiform. So.
Wow, that's fantastic.
You know what I'm saying?
That's very useful.
Yeah, for sure.
Rosetta Stone for my phone. Like, no, not the software.
Like
the actual Rosetta Stone, yeah. Man. Yeah, I could see you getting mad at that, though, because that makes it very difficult to...
I mean, how am I supposed to bring quality content to the people?
It's true.
If I forget to write it down.
It's true. Now we know what to blame it on when you have nothing,
It's true.
You're like, wow, Tony really had shit this week. Be like,
I just write down asinine things, and if it's like, well, maybe we'll get to that. If not,
yeah. Right. As it should be.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But really, the highlight of my week this week, Brian, was Tuesday night into Wednesday. Right?
Okay.
Tuesday, I was just like, I went to bed kind of like, oh, something was off.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So picture it, Sicily. No. So I just wake up Wednesday morning.
Fresh as a daisy.
Huh?
Fresh as a daisy.
I actually felt pretty good.
See?
I was like, wow, it must be right before my alarm's going off, which is kind of what I'm aiming for, because I'm trying to like get up in the morning and exercise, because sometimes exercising at night is just not, I just run out of time.
Yeah.
So I roll over to grab my phone to see what time it is, and as I'm rolling over, that's when I disturbed a hornet's nest that I apparently had within my abdomen. And I realized it was 2 a.m.
Sweet.
Yeah. So I pretty much stayed awake from 2 till 7, and then that's when all the explosions started going off.
Are you saying it was Normandy at your house?
Dude, it was horrible. I never call off of work.
Right.
I could have my arm lopped off, and I'll look and be like, yeah, I could probably still show up.
Oh, yeah, I remember that a couple years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
You drew a new one. It was fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Like a lizard over here.
Right.
But yeah, but the whole hours of the night, I'm just laying in bed trying to like get anything, to try to fall asleep, anything. And I got my wife next to me just snoozing soundly.
Right.
And then I got myself with the creaky oak tree, like a tree in the wind. Right? And then in the right ear, I'm hearing the same thing. And it's the fucking dog. I'm like, what did we eat?
Right.
Because your belly's making the same damn noises.
How many times have I told you not to eat dog food, dude?
It must have been that possum.
Yeah. You both chasing around the backyard and like, hey, I caught it. I get to eat it. That's yard rules.
Yeah, I just growl. Alpha.
Right. Meanwhile, the cat's just in the shadow sharpening its claws.
Yeah, pretty much. Just
waiting.
glowing green eyes and paws of death.
Yep, just waiting. They're biding its time.
Yeah, so I called off of work and I just laid in bed and wife goes to work. I hear the kids, bye, Dad. They go to school, and then it was about 15 minutes after the house is empty when
you sprung up out of bed and went down and played video games.
Dude, no, it was more like my body's like, all right, we're alone now. You're mine, bitch. And it was, dude, it was horrible. No joke. When it was all said and done, the next morning I was down like 3 pounds.
Wow, that's
it
pretty
was
impressive.
Brutal.
Nice, yeah. Well, there you go, everybody. Tony just gave you great weight loss tips.
Yeah, exactly. He should have came over to my house Wednesday and just made out with me. Weight loss.
I'll tell you, that would always make me vomit a bunch.
It was horrible.
Yeah,
I pretty much, when I finally was, done.
Finito.
Yeah, I pretty much just slept all day, woke up, ate soup, and then had the nods, and then slept all night, and felt like $1 million the next morning, and everything was fine.
Well, sure, you literally purged everything out of the inside.
Dude,
of you.
It was crazy.
You're like, I should probably keep some of those things, but
It's been a while since it's been something that extreme.
Yeah.
It was nuts.
Yeah, I think the last time I remember you describing something like this seems almost like it was when Tate was part of the show.
Maybe.
Like when Super AIDS was, or when
Dude, it was brutal. It was like an Indonesian mudslide. It was not good.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
It was horrible.
Yeah, that sounds like a great time.
Yeah. You said highlight of the week.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Man.
Oof.
Yeah, I got nothing on that because, I've had some allergy issues this week.
Well, it was like
similar.
on
Same
Tuesday,
results, though, oddly enough.
Wait, no. It was on Monday night, Leah, she started throwing up.
Right.
And then she, the next day she woke up, she's like, oh, my stomach hurts. And we're like,
go to school. No.
That's good. But my brain always goes to her faking. But she was a little feverish. So we sent her to grandma's. And when I picked her up, when we picked her up afterwards, she was all like spry. And she's like, oh, I slept all day and I feel great. And she was fine. Yeah. And that's pretty much what happened to me. It just annihilated me for about a day. And then I woke up and I felt great.
That seems fair. Now, I have to ask, did you double check to make sure the Tonyco Labs weren't working on something new?
Yeah, no shit.
They're not.
I should have.
They really shouldn't try things out on the CEO. Like they should shoot for other people instead.
It's their version of Hydroxycut.
Yeah, well, it was something, all right.
Oh boy, was it!
That's definitely not the way I would recommend losing weight.
No, it sucked.
You're like, yeah, but look how skinny you look.
Oh man,
I think it was. Oh, I know other people have too, but I remember like Tate saying that the one time when she had the flu. She's like, God, I've been throwing up all day. She's like, but how thin do I look? Just like, yep.
That was the one thing I noticed the next day is when I finally actually slept,
right, and
started eating again. It's like, wow, I've got like so much energy now. I feel great.
Huh?
It was weird.
That is, yeah. Wow.
God, I don't recommend it. It was brutal.
All right, so the official big cervezas, bueno.
Yes.
Indonesian mudslides, I believe, as you called it. No bueno.
No bueno.
All right, just checking. For those who are keeping, who have the scorecards at home.
Super no bueno. Muy no bueno.
Muy no bueno. Yeah. Was it very muy or very muy? No, yeah, it was just muy no bueno. God, I can't
like very muy no bueno.
Yeah. We're just mixing it all up here.
Spanglish.
Ugh. All right then. So I almost don't want to ask you if you've done anything else this week because
I mean, the other just like odds and ends observations of things.
Well,
I don't got anything.
I really don't have a whole lot this week, so because we don't have TV to talk about and that stuff, so I just have a couple of things that have happened I was going to mention too. So what do you got?
Well, you know how we both keep our hair relatively short or shaved, as I do.
No, mine's actually fairly long.
Oh, luxurious.
I just keep it invisible.
Say it's perfectly cropped out.
Yeah.
There's a guy I see occasionally at work, right? And all winter he's had like a tuft of hair, like a slight mane.
Yeah.
But during the summer he always shaves. Well, I saw him like 2 days ago and he shaved his head. But the dude's he's a biggin, to be honest.
Okay. An ample gentleman, sure.
Ample gentleman.
Right.
And he's got the fat guy rolls in the back of his head, that weird thing that happens.
Yeah. It's like you get the linebacker neck roll from like the 80s.
Yeah, exactly. But it's all natural.
Right.
And just because he turned around, I noticed he had like a rat tail of tuft of hair. They just didn't shave.
Okay, on purpose or like
I'm
he's a
assuming
monk
because
or something?
he just missed it because he's a
Okay.
fat slob.
That's fair. I'll
He's
tell
a
you,
slovenly gentleman.
every time I cut my hair, I always ask somebody like, "Hey, did I get because once in a while I'll miss a streak. It happens."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I rub my head like I'm trying to see the future.
Right.
To make sure I got everything.
Sure. I do too, but like I said, I usually ask just in case. But yeah, it's oh man. Well,
I had the hardest time talking to him after he turned back around to talk to me some more because I just pictured this little tuft of gray hair. Like a little embarrassing island of shame.
I'm not gonna lie. I
head.
really hope he's starting to grow out a rat tail.
Dude, if that was his idea, like he's like, I'm rat tailing this shit,
Yeah.
I would be all in.
Right.
Because nothing would surprise me from that slob.
Like I'm shaving my head, but I'm keeping the rat tail because you know why? Because Murica and you can't tell me what to do.
If he grew out the rat tail and then like had it like parted and separated and then dyed red, white, and blue and then braided, dude.
Or better yet, has someone dye it to where it looks like the flag just waving in the breeze off the back of his head.
Be excellent.
Liberating people with that rat tail.
Liberating.
Just spreading freedom.
Buys one single Captain America glove so a bald eagle can land on it.
Well, go ahead. I'm sure he's a falconer or whatever.
Wish we had a red-tailed hawk cry right now.
Yeah. Well, we could put one in there, but I feel like we'd be stealing from somebody else.
Yeah, it's true.
Not sure who, but
those guys.
Yeah, you're right. The Hip Hop Hot Dog Show or Chili Dog. Forgot what it was. Hip Hop Chili Dog or whatever it was.
Right, hip hop. Yeah, I think that's what it was. Hip hop chili dog.
Yeah, those guys and lady.
Smooth jazz bratwurst.
Yeah, right. There was one for Rock and Roll Cheeseburgers who we're talking about. If you don't know, you should check them out. There was one of their shows. I can't remember what it was, and I suggested that they should call, or that one of the things that was said. I forgot. It was something else. It was like smooth jazz or something like that. Pizza burger or something. And I was like, I'm going to start a podcast called that tomorrow.
Dude,
and I thought
what's better than a pizza burger?
Yeah.
Texas toasted.
Uh-huh.
Come on now.
We should really not talk about food.
I know. God damn it.
Seriously, I'm almost dead over here.
Get back to my water.
Delicious.
Quench that hunger, water.
No.
Yeah, not really.
We talked about too many delicious things tonight. I don't think that's going to be possible.
It's true.
The water's
it's true.
just not
Stay tuned for later in the week for delicious things.
Sneak
peek.
You say that, and I'm thinking of something that makes that even funnier. A little extra, if you will, about that episode.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So it's like sprinkles on a Sunday, baby.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Glitter sprinkles, right? Oh, man. So, did you see it was announced earlier this week, and I thought this existed before, and upon looking, it did by someone else, but that there's basically a Cards Against Humanity browser version.
Yeah, I've seen screen caps of it on like Reddit and stuff.
Yeah, and there's been one that's been around for a while, because I actually played it one time before, but it was all text. Like, it didn't show the cards, it was just text, or whatever. And but I guess, like, I don't have the address of the site handy. I probably should, but
show notes.
Last time I checked it, it was down because so many people were using it.
Well,
And,
great game, right?
Yeah, well, they were. Well, I guess this new one has got like all the expansions and stuff too.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, and and they were like, it was funny because it's actually like, you can play with people in the same room, and I'm like, or you could just get the game and play in the same room. I mean, I know it costs money, but still, it's.
Now, have you seen Crabs Adjust Humidity? Did we talk about that?
I don't know if we talked about it or I've seen the game.
It's basically another company that made Cards Against Humanity cards called Crabs Adjust Humidity.
Okay.
And you can just mix them in with the Cards Against Humanity deck, and it's the same concept.
See,
they're like 30 cards, and I don't know how to get away with it.
Actually, because somebody asked the people who make Cards Against Humanity in the one article I read about, like, if they're okay with this and stuff, and they were like, yeah, we're totally cool with it, because they're like, we're not going to make an app or anything, because they feel that the game should be played in person, not across the internet.
I agree.
And I agree, too, because we've played Evil Apples, which is a fine app.
Yeah.
It's fun. It allows you to kind of play Cards Against Humanity, but that's only fun when you're playing with your friends.
Right.
Because when you play with strangers, they pick the dumbest of answers.
Yeah, exactly. Oops.
And even when you play with your friends, like, man, we're like firing freaking text to each other within
yeah,
the game,
filling up the chat room.
Yeah, and it's like, this just isn't the same. It's fun, but it's just not the same. I mean, it's great because of where some of us are located. Like, when Jared played with us,
right? Yeah,
FRJ for the kids keeping score at home.
Oh, he's now officially the Furge.
No, he's FRJ.
Okay, fair
it's
enough.
like, how it is. Like, a kid named. Well, I can give you a real world example here. Like, my cousin Chuck. Like, how we called him Chucky for the longest time? It's like he gets older and he's like, it's Chuck now. And we're like, no. It's just...
Like, yeah, sorry, bitch.
Nope. Like, to other people, it's Chuck, not to us. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, for sure.
Same thing here, I think.
And I got to agree with Cards Against Humanity is there's nothing better when there's like 8 people around the table.
Yeah.
And everyone's howling, or going, oh, my God, it's horrible.
Right, exactly. And, but they seem to be pretty cool with people making the game, taking the game and making it kind of fun in their own a little bit.
Well, that's what I don't get about the Crabs Just Humanity.
Yeah.
Or Humidity.
Yeah.
Is it's the same. It's cards. It's black cards, white cards.
Yeah,
it's the same game.
Right. Now, if they just made different cards for Cards Against Humanity, I could see where the Cards Against Humanity people would be like,
that's pretty much what they're doing.
But they seem cool with that for the reason that they want people to kind of turn it into their own game. Like, they want people to print, the blank cards and use those. And
yeah, it just seems crazy to me.
I agree. You'd think somehow their business model would be like, hey, maybe we shouldn't let other people profit off of basically our game. I mean, here I'm on their website now. Okay.
Just says, love Cards Against Humanity, but even with the official expansions, find yourself playing the same cards over and over again, which this is true.
It does happen, sure.
Says, enter Crabs Adjust Humidity, a crappy little third-party, unofficial, unauthorized expansion card set that blends seamlessly with the original game and adds 112 morally questionable new cards to play.
Right. And it's really not, and that's the thing is, it's like there's nothing that they're doing that's really their own idea, really.
Yeah.
They're taking that'd be like us printing Magic cards and selling booster packs.
Right.
You know what I mean? And expecting Hasbro to be like, oh, that's cool. Go ahead.
That's exactly what it feels like. 'Cause, yeah. I mean, they've got 4 expansions out for Crabs Just Humanity.
Right.
And granted, it says to blend in seamlessly, but say you bought all 4 of these decks, you could just play these decks as themselves.
Right.
It's the same game.
Well, and again, with Cards Against Humanity, they do make it to where you can go on the website and print your own cards.
I know. It just blows my mind.
Yeah. And well, what I'm saying is you could essentially give Cards Against Humanity $0 and still play their game. I don't mean just the printing out, but like you said, you could buy these instead and go, well, I'll print the others and then we'll buy these so that we get these extra, what'd you say, 112?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. It's an interesting company how they... Like, originally, because they kept selling out, but they weren't, like, mass-producing the game. And I was like, how do you not get funding somewhere to just go big with this game? Because of how fast it caught on, But they just kept doing small batches, selling out, and they kept telling people, don't pay stupid prices on eBay or Amazon. Just wait, we'll print more,
Yeah.
And they do. And now I think you can usually find it now because you can actually find it.
And they actually have links on their website for Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, it's not a website for this game. Go here. They're awesome and stuff like
Right,
that.
and they do seem to be like really cool people that work and run that company. But
yeah.
You know what we need to do is we need to contact Cards Against Humanity and see if we can get someone from the game on the show so we can ask them these questions.
This is a great idea.
Because that would be a fun enthusiast.
Yeah. Because I can't wrap my head around how they allow this.
Yeah,
because clearly they're making money.
Yeah.
I mean, just based off of the stupid 12 Days of Christmas thing I got. With
if nothing else, you consider that the core game is, what, $30?
Yeah.
And it's just cards.
It's sold out all the time.
Right, and it's cards in a box. That's all it is. It's not anything fancy. They're not paying artists. I mean, somebody did some graphic design work, but, I mean, it's very basic. And, so it's not like with Wizards where they pay artists every set that comes out, to paint the cards and all that kind of stuff. And there doesn't have to be a ton of research and development probably in the cards. You just have to go,
I'm sure
that would be hilarious.
Sitting around a room just like drunk or smoking weed.
Yeah.
And just going, all right, just think of things.
Yeah.
Like, here you go.
What's the craziest shit you can think of? Got it.
Yeah, well, like one of their white cards is a nugget of poo roughly the size and shape of a crouton.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Not to mention, I'm sure there's probably a Reddit thread based around custom Cards Against Humanity cards.
Oh, for sure.
So you could easily pull from that as well.
Yeah.
If you wanted to. Especially if it's something that seems like a common idea or something. Or hell, you could credit people for it.
Even that.
I mean, you could do a crazy like Reddit version as an expansion and just be like, we pulled all these from Reddit,
That's a great idea, actually.
It wouldn't shock me if it's done at some point because they're the kind of company that does fun stuff like that. But I'm with you. I don't understand why you would essentially leave money on the table other than, I guess it keeps your name in everyone's mouth.
Yeah.
And I'm shocked they didn't just do an app, though, because...
Seems so easy.
Well, especially...
maybe not easy, but it seems like a money-making idea.
Right, and seeing how many people seem to have enjoyed Evil Apples and how that kind of has done really well. I'm really surprised they weren't like, hey, maybe we should do an official app.
Right. Oh, it's crazy.
Yeah. So, anyways, there's that. We'll have the links up for that. There's actually 2 websites. I'll actually have the link for the original site, the one that's been up for years. And I'll throw that in there, too, so everyone can check that out. Because basically, like, all you have to do is make sure that when your friends join that they're on the right server or something like that, and then you can all play in the same game. And just in your browser window, it actually just gives you your cards and whatever or something, I guess. I don't know. I couldn't play because it was down, but I was just going by what I was reading on, I don't know, Engadget or something like that. So, yeah. All right.
Yeah, fair enough.
What else you got, Hero?
Well, did you look at my Instagram today by chance? The weird beer can picture I took?
Nope.
Okay.
Unless you're talking about the trees?
Yeah.
Okay, I did see that.
Okay.
I saw
earlier
it
today,
Twitter
right, I'm out in the sticks, going to some, like, 2-bit town to deliver some stuff.
I'm kind of disappointed you didn't make a Styx reference in there.
Oh, I should have. But, so I passed, and I just noticed out of the corner of my eye when I passed, I'm like, oh, that's weird. There's a bunch of, like, 3 beer cans hanging from the tree.
Yeah.
And my first thought was, that's fancy. I'm like, on my way back, I'm taking a picture of that.
Them's our wind chimes.
Yeah, exactly. Right. That's exactly what I thought. And it's this whole stretch of road I'm on is basically just woods.
Uh-huh.
Okay? So, on the way back this stretch of road, I'm going a little slower and I'm paying attention so I can find these beer chimes.
Yeah.
Right. And as I noticed, there's about a half a mile stretch of road before I got to that point that both sides of the road had beer cans hanging in the trees or on plants and they weren't the same beer cans. It was different brands. It was a little weird.
So they're trying to make like Charlie Brown Christmas trees out there or what?
I don't know. Well, most of it was just like one single can on a branch or on like a reed in a ditch or.
Yeah.
But it felt like decor.
Right.
And I'm like, I was trying to say, like, is this the Yellow King's beer can collection? Or,
right, because something like that
is fucking weird.
That's obviously done on purpose.
Yeah.
And then you have to ask the questions like, who's drinking out in the middle of this field or taking cans going, let's hang them on the trees?
Yeah, that's what kind of and there's plenty of garbage in the ditches and stuff. So I'm like, well, it's not someone being clean.
Right.
You know?
Maybe it is. Maybe they're airing out the cans for recycling.
I don't know. It was kind of strange.
You know, they don't
I
want
still
their
took
hands...
a picture of that one because I'm like, hopefully when I come to a stop here and snap this picture, I don't get shot in the face.
Yeah, that was it's pretty risky on your part for sure. Yeah.
I mean, there really wasn't, as far as I knew, a house around, or it was just weird.
Right. You go to get
you
out of
see
here.
some weird shit out in the country.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because the two, there and, as you and I talked about a couple times as we've rolled through downtown, like some of the shit with people that you've told me from your job, as well as just things we've noticed as just driving through at times.
Dude, right now is my favorite time of year because it's getting warmer, everything's melting, and all the weirdos are coming out of their houses.
Right.
And seriously, there's this kid that I always wait for this time of year because he always arrives, no fail, with his wrestling belt. He's always got tactical gear on. He just struts up and down the road.
All right.
And it's awesome.
All right, then.
Sometimes you see him on his front porch. He's got, like, headphones on. He's just dancing and singing.
Does he have his championship belt then?
Sometimes.
Okay.
This dude's a winner.
Well, I mean, if you're you got to have the strap if you're, the champion. You got to walk around and show it off.
Clearly.
Otherwise, who's going to know you're the champ?
That's true.
Right?
Who's going to challenge you to the title?
That's what I'm saying. You have to be proud of that.
Next WrestleMania.
Around. Yeah, exactly. It's only, 18 days away or something.
Oh, shit. I better get on it.
I know. You better
start doing push-ups and
stuff.
Well,
if you're going to get any sort of storyline on Raw for Monday, you better hurry up.
Yeah, no shit. Damn.
I don't know where they're going to fit you on the card, with Sting and Triple H wrestling and Undertaker wrestling Bray Wyatt and, I don't know, other things, You're going to be pretty far down the card, probably.
Is Undertaker going to be in WrestleMania again?
Yeah.
Is he going to go on a 21-year losing streak now?
That would be hilarious. But probably,
or whatever, however many matches it was.
They had a thing where Bray Wyatt, when he first came to WWE, had this thing where he sat in a rocking chair. Like they would walk down to the ring and then the lights would go out completely in the arena. Well, they were out while they walked down because he had this lantern. And then the lights would go completely out. And then when they came back on, he'd be sitting in this rocking chair that had some symbolic thing to his storyline.
Okay.
And this other wrestler, Dean Ambrose, destroyed the rocking chair at one point. And Bray Wyatt recently has been calling out The Undertaker. And, for a match at WrestleMania. And, they've had Undertaker off TV, since last WrestleMania. He hasn't been on TV at all since last year. Since he lost to Brock Lesnar.
Right.
And he this week, Bray Wyatt was in the ring calling him out, and he has an urn and he opens it up and he's like, oh, it's just like you, hollow and empty or whatever. And then all of a sudden smoke starts coming out of the urn and you hear Undertaker's, the bong and whatever.
Right.
Well, then they had this effect where I don't know if you remember years ago where they had lightning struck in the ring or whatever, and then you saw Undertaker. Yeah. They did the same thing basically. Lightning strikes. I'm sorry, the lights come on a little bit, and there's a spotlight on, and it's the chair, the one that was destroyed or whatever. And then lightning strikes it, and the chair's on fire. And then Bray Wyatt just rolls around in the ring, and he's just laughing like a maniac. And it was just what are you doing? This is weird. And then you hear this voiceover through the sound system of Undertaker going, "You will rest in peace," and that's the end of the promo.
Well, because he was he was Skyping in to Raw or whatever.
Yeah. Well, it was funny because Bray Wyatt had said something about I can't remember what it is. I'm gonna make you come out or something like that, to agree to a match. And I was telling this group that I'm in from the guys that are in our podcast network, the Doing the Job guys in the Facebook group. I was I just picture Bray Wyatt showing up at Undertaker's house going, come on! And Undertaker just rolls over in bed and covers himself up with the blankets. And it's I don't wanna!
No!
You can't make me. So,
wow.
Yeah. And that's the thing.
I saw a picture of Undertaker, I don't know, maybe a few months ago.
Yeah.
He's looking pretty rough.
Oh, he's looking real old. Yeah.
Maybe they took that rocking chair off his porch.
Well, that's what I actually said was funny. Because during that, I was like, how funny is it that a rocking chair is symbolic of both guys?
Right.
Because, the big rumor is that next year WrestleMania is going to be in Jerry World.
Right.
In Dallas. And basically, Undertaker's from Texas. So basically, that may be his final WrestleMania because it's in
Right.
his home state. You know,
I'm getting things tossed at me.
I noticed. Yeah, but Undertaker probably should hang it up. You know, should have hung it up probably after he lost to Lesnar last year. But yeah,
You probably should have hung it up a while ago.
also that, yeah, because it's. He can't do a lot of stuff in the ring he used to do because he's like 90 and he's on his 18th hip, and you know.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to get up on the turnbuckle and do the rope walk when you have a walker.
Nah, it just shows you how good he is.
Oh, perfect.
It's like, how do you get all 4 legs on the top rope?
Of course, it's a badass gothic walker.
Right. Well, of course.
Or a biker one. I don't know. What phase is he in?
He's gone back to kind of the older style where he's more like, you know, I don't know what you want to call it. Not biker Undertaker.
More like spooky.
Yeah. Although one of the
wait,
guys,
it's Friday the 13th. Spooky.
One of the guys in the group said that he's like, I wish so bad that Undertaker would just come out as like biker Undertaker for like the last hurrah things, and I'm like, oh, I kind of do too, because it'd be hilarious to hear Roland hit, and then he comes out on his motorcycle.
That would be funny.
And we're just like, oh,
like, really?
Mark, what are you doing? No.
Well, someone else is driving. He's in the sidecar.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Oh God. What a
Poor
terrible,
fella.
What a terrible idea. Yeah, so 2 of the focus matches at WrestleMania involve, you know, Undertaker, and then like I said, the other one is Triple H and Sting. It's Sting's first WWE match will be at WrestleMania. But Sting is also like $1 million.
I know they got new talent and stuff, but why are all the main events going to the elderly folk?
Yeah, I mean, Undertaker is a little obvious, because if Undertaker's on the WrestleMania, that's all they do with him now. He's a WrestleMania draw. That's pretty much it. Triple H is the COO of the company, so he's, you know, and I don't know. They've been building this thing up with him and Sting like it's WWE versus WCW kind of a thing. Even though it's like, dude, WCW's been gone for a while. Nobody cares about that angle. Like,
yeah.
I don't know, whatever. I don't think most people truly care about Sting either.
That would be like the well, no, because I can't even say the U.S. Army, because Triple H has been around forever. I was gonna say it would be like the U.S. Army going, well, fuck you, Confederacy.
Yeah.
And hit it with drone strikes or something.
Right. Like if this was someone, if it was like, you know, Sting versus one of the new guys or something, like Seth Rollins or something, who's one of the new guys that's got all the heat on him, you know, or something, you could be like, well, it's the old guard versus the new guard, you know.
Right.
But
the
it
passing of the torch like Andre and Hogan kind of thing.
Or like it, you know, Lesnar and Undertaker, because since they had Lesnar beat Undertaker, he's, you know, they've had him be like unstoppable essentially. You know, and that was the launching point. So, but I don't know, that's weird. So, yeah. I can't answer your question as far as why a bunch of old geezers are out there instead of this whole young crop of guys they've got. Like John Cena is going to be at WrestleMania, and John Cena is still a big name. He's going to be way down the card.
Well, he's going to be out there selling popcorn.
No, dude, he's wrestling
One
for
single tier.
He's wrestling for the U.S. Championship. That's where he's at on the card.
Poor fella.
Yeah.
Didn't he used to be like the all-around champ at one point?
13-time world champion, yeah.
Wow, okay. Wow. That shows you how much I'm in the loop.
Yeah.
Like, didn't he once hold a title of some sort, Brian? I don't know.
They keep pushing him in these angles where it's like, oh, it's, you know, he's getting old, he's washed up, he's past his prime, and it's like, yeah, he kind of is, but he still also, every time you see Raw, you look around, you see all the children's wearing the John Cena gear. So, yeah.
Plus, it sounds like he's about 40 years younger than the main event guys.
Right? Yeah, he's an old man by most of the roster standards.
Past his prime, guys.
Yeah, you know, like, God. So, anyways, enough wrestling. We talked for an hour about that, so. Yeah. Indeed.
You'll have that.
Indeed, yeah.
So the season finale of Togetherness was this week.
Yeah.
And that really made me sad.
Yeah, me too.
Because I want more of the show.
It got picked up for season 2.
Good, because that's an awesome show.
Yeah, it's funny. It's really funny on that show because, spoilers, I can't decide who I do and don't like on the show, but there's one thing that I absolutely love is that as Mark Duplass and I can't remember the woman's name who's his wife on the show. Who
Right.
I think they're the main characters, but they're not at the same time.
It's hard to say. It's kind of like the four people.
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
main.
They're definitely part of that core of the show.
Yeah.
That as they're growing apart with their marriage, I love the fact that they didn't have his be a midlife crisis woman.
Right.
His was just a midlife crisis. And
Yeah.
that he, is trying to find himself. And I think that's a really realistic thing because a lot of people that are hitting their 30s and 40s are kind of like, I don't know what the fuck I really want to do, but I know I'm not happy.
Right.
And
Yeah.
and it's not even necessarily that it's going to ruin their relationships or anything, but I just like the fact that he's kind of hit that, and his wife is too. Hers is a little different than that, but,
I don't think season 2 is gonna start off real well for those two.
yeah, it's not looking good for the home
Oh
team.
boy, no spoilers, but you should watch it, guys.
It's not looking good for anybody that lives in that house.
That's true.
I mean, they've all kind of hit a shit slide at the end of the season. So
Yeah, I was very bummed when I found out that was the season finale.
yeah, it was funny because as I'm watching the show, I was like, wow, this show is really a downer when it's a downer.
Yeah.
Like it's really a downer, but I still really like the show. I really like the writing on the show.
Yeah, it's a solid show.
Yeah, I think the characters are really, really well done. As broken as all of them are.
That's what makes the show interesting, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody's got a huge flaw.
Yeah, yeah. So
Or
yeah.
3.
Right. If you haven't watched it, I definitely recommend it. And they're half-hour show or 20 whatever minute shows. They're not long episodes, so you can catch up on a season. There's only 10 episodes or something in the season.
I think so.
Because it's a first season, they're usually
they don't give them that many.
Yeah. So.
In general.
Yeah, I definitely recommend it. But yeah,
I'm still loving Better Call Saul.
I've watched.
I'm not current.
I watched a couple more episodes, so I'm through 5 episodes now.
Right.
And that's the thing. It's like I don't find myself hating the show. Like I told you last week, and it's like there's more elements I think in the let me think. Are you through the billboard episode or no? Where he gets a billboard? Okay. I didn't want to tell you a whole lot about it if you hadn't. Okay. That episode, I think, really sells me more on the show, I think. And it's funny how, and I'm not trying to compare it to Breaking Bad. I know they're two different beasts. But again, remember I mentioned to you that the writing style and the way the show's done, because it's the same people,
right.
It's funny how it took Breaking Bad about 5 episodes to really hook me. And after episode 5, I was kind of like, okay, I think I'm a little more invested now.
Right.
So I'm kind of thinking that that's just what I'm going to have to give, what's his name, Vince Gilligan or whatever his name is that wrote the show.
I call him Vinny G.
Yeah. Well, all his friends do.
Yeah. Well, that's what I said.
Yeah.
Naturally,
yeah. But it's a good show. I'm still not at the point that I'm like, oh my god, but there were more things in the last few episodes that really kind of
starting to push you towards the more positive side.
It gave me what I wanted from the character. Remember, I told you it's like I don't need to see the evolution of Saul. I just want to see him be involved in situations and stuff. So
right,
and I think they're kind of getting to that now. Plus, Mike gets a little more involved, but I won't say any more than that.
I always enjoy Mike.
Yeah, Mike's a great character. So,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Not on Community, though. Whatever his character was on Community, it was no. But
plus, I was in the prime of watching Breaking Bad when that happened. I'm like, I just can't. This isn't working for me.
Right. It's like, I don't know, you're trying to play a tough guy in Community, but it's just not the same, Chief.
Yeah, no.
So yeah,
it's not, yeah, ugh.
I watched Powers. The Powers, the comic book.
Oh yeah, how was that?
It was funny because after I watched the first episode, I was like, I'm not sure I like the guy playing Walker, the main
Texas
detective
Ranger
guy. Yeah, right.
Dude, you just say you don't like Chuck Norris. You better watch yourself.
No, I'd never say that because I'm too afraid. I'm still after I've watched. They had 3 episodes up, and I've watched all 3 episodes, and I'm still not sure that I like the guy because he almost, and he's a broken guy, and I get it, but he almost comes across like he could just sob at any point. That's just the guy's acting style, and I'm not sure if it kind of annoys me, but I don't know. And some of the special effects are really cheesy on the show. I mean, really cheesy. But overall, I think they're doing a really good job with the Powers property. You know, the bad guys and stuff are done really well. I think this show's, like, for me, it's definitely going to have some legs.
Oh, beauty.
So, and actually, like, after reading or watching the 3 episodes, I was like, God damn, I was like, I got to go over to my storage and dig out my Powers trades and
get back to reading them.
Go back to, reread them.
Or reread them, rather, yeah.
Because I forgot how much I enjoyed that story. So,
oh, man.
Anyone who doesn't know, I guess I'll write this down for myself so I don't forget. But the first episode of that show actually is streaming free for everybody. After that, you have to have a PlayStation Plus account to get it for free. But,
oh, well, what about us with Xboxes, Brian?
You suck a bag of dicks. I guess I don't. I'm speaking for Sony here.
Yeah.
And given some of those leaked emails, I'm probably not far off the
press
mark.
Release.
Yeah, you suck a bag of dicks. And I'm not saying that in a I'm not saying it in an accusatory way. I'm telling you to go suck a bag of dicks.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just making sure that's clarified.
Naturally.
Right.
It's you.
Yeah.
Comma.
You go suck a bag of dicks. Oh.
You finger point emoji.
Yep. So, did you see they announced, Sony also announced this week that they're going to also do an all-male Ghostbusters movie?
No.
Yeah. There's like, they set up a division of Sony or whatever that, here, I'm gonna pull the story for this one because
yeah, please.
I kind of want to read a bit of it here. Where is it? There it is. Sony's just announced a new division of their company, Ghost Corps, or Ghost Corps, I'm guessing Corps, which will take control of the franchise. Led by Dan Aykroyd and Ivan Reitman, the first order of business is to create a male counterpart to the Paul Feig film, which is I don't want to call it this because I hate that, but the female one. I don't want to qualify them by calling one the female one and one the male one, but
Lady Busters.
But here we are.
Yeah.
Says they're eyeing the Russo brothers to direct, Drew Pearce to write, and Channing Tatum to produce and co-star. Because, thank God, because everyone loves Channing Tatum.
You need abs if you're going to catch a ghost.
Yeah, there's also a bunch of rumors going around that Chris Pratt would really like to be part of it. And I love Chris Pratt, but he doesn't have to be in everything. I'm just going to say that. And honestly, there's been talk about him as what's his name? I can't think of his name now. Fuck. Spielberg.
Steve Perry.
No, Steve Spielberg, actually.
Oh.
Kind of wants him to be the new Indiana Jones.
Yeah, I heard that somewhere.
And
different podcast.
There's a lot of people against that. And as soon as I heard it, I was like, I could see that.
Yeah, I can see it too. He's got that witty banter about him.
Yeah, he's got a lot of Harrison Ford's charm in him. You know, because like Harrison Ford was like almost like he thought he was a ladies' man, but he was terrible at it. And like I think Chris Pratt could do the same job. But it's, whatever. Again, he doesn't have to be in everything. So, yeah, it's like, it's pretty, like, I like the idea of, more Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters is always good.
But it seems a little early to announce this, doesn't it? Like, before the other one can even get legs and really get going, and you're already going to announce another one.
Well, they got so much backlash. From people like, my childhood has a giant turd on it now. How dare you?
But see, the other thing, though, is by announcing this, what's going to happen is that if there's the one with the all-women cast is almost going to not be able to get a sequel until after this one comes out.
This is true.
And that's a shame because you might be taking what could be a fine film and not giving people more of it because, oh, we got to put the guy version out or whatever. I don't know.
Well, maybe there won't be a sequel because the ladies, misogynistic me, they're going to crash Ecto 1 into the, East River or something.
Right.
Because,
I just think they just need
drivers.
They just need to have one of them take place on, they should have done what they were talking about before. There was a rumor going around years ago that they were going to write a Ghostbusters 3. It was going to basically be the original cast franchising out Ghostbusters, essentially.
That makes sense.
Right? Then you do one of these.
It was a business.
Right. One of these takes place on the West Coast, one of them takes place on the East Side, and there you go. No problems. Then they can both exist. Yeah, they can both exist and whatever. You can have West Coast Avengers and
Yeah, nice. Now we're talking.
So, I don't know. This one,
Canada gets Alpha Busters.
let's not shit all over Canada. I mean, come on.
There's plenty of space.
They gave us Nickel.
That's true.
I don't know if that's good or bad, but he is the Canadian of the Year.
And gravy fries.
And gravy fries. Yeah, you're right. So, and Alpha Flight.
And Alpha Flight.
I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing.
And moose. Lots of moose.
Moose, yeah, definitely moose. They did syrup, hockey,
Yeah.
There's some.
They got some shit going on. Curling.
It's all right. Yeah, there's a couple.
You know what's up.
Yeah, there's a couple all right things about the country, I guess. So,
Yeah. Gravy fries.
Right. I think you said gravy fries.
Oh shit!
Hey,
just because I'm hungry.
Gravy fries, though.
Oh, dude, and Poontine too.
Wait, what?
Poutine.
Yeah. I thought you were.
I said Poontine.
You did.
That's when you just pour gravy on a vagina for cheese curds on it.
All right, so there's a good chance this name in this episode is Poontine. Because, yeah, exactly. So, I don't know, what do you think about
Kiss
this?
song, it's Poontine time again.
Can we just go back to beer drinking and hell raising?
I'm not drinking beer, though. I'm drinking water.
You're right, I'm not
it's
drinking.
a goddamn shame.
I'm not drinking beer anymore either. So what do you think of this? You excited for more Ghostbusters, or?
I got to see more first before I get any sort of excitement.
Yeah.
Because I'm still a hardcore original Ghostbusters guy.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I need to see more.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't form an opinion yet. Besides, Channings. How many Channings are in it?
All the Channings.
Oh, okay.
He's playing all the roles, actually.
Oh, well then, I'm very excited.
Yes. And as a male stripper / Ghostbuster.
It's like an Eddie Murphy movie.
Except maybe funny. Ah!
Right. Dun-dun-dun.
It's not even a joke. I'm serious about that. Eddie
Yeah,
Murphy
I know.
movies
It's true.
aren't funny. They haven't been since like the
actually.
80s. Yeah. Unless it says Shrek on it.
True. Or
right.
Raw.
Or Raw. Yeah. That's going back a few years.
Or Delirious.
Yeah.
Not as good, though.
No.
Or was it the other way around? I can't remember.
Yeah. I don't remember. The one where he wore the leather suit was hilarious.
Oh, wait. That was
both
both.
of them. Yeah. Yeah. Just as long as he's not in a fat suit, it was funny.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. That cuts most of his movies out. Ugh. All right. Yeah, there was a lot of outrage about this with the Ghostbusters, like this one, because a lot of the women who were basically like going, hey, the franchise, Sony and the franchise of Ghostbusters, it's kind of, they're kicking the door down for, having the women cast and all this stuff. And now it's like, oh, just because guys were a bunch of bitches when they announced the women cast, now they have to have an all-guy cast. And,
Right.
Then
they can have an epic crossover.
Right. I just want, they can cross streams, right?
Yeah.
No, you never cross the streams.
No?
No, never cross the streams.
Or, shit where you eat.
Right. That's also a good plan.
Yeah.
So.
Good phrase for inner work dating.
True. All right. So that's out of the way. So if you're going to get outraged about that, go find like a YouTube video or something and get outraged over that.
I am outraged.
I know. You're always outraged.
Yeah, that's true.
Not really. Let's see. What else we got? You got anything else?
Not really.
All right. Well, actually, you know what? Duh.
Besides comics.
Speaking of the internet outrage.
What?
Oh, boy, did this start a bunch of internet outrage. DC Comics
right.
posted a picture of apparently Wonder Woman's getting herself some new fancy duds. And, boy, the internet just went crazy. And the first thing I read on it was like, finally, Wonder Woman's costume has arms and legs. And I'm like, okay, it makes sense because her going around in a bathing suit always was kind of weird to me, but whatever,
Right.
And then I looked at it, and it's got, she's got these, thigh-high boots on, which, hey, listen, I'm not knocking thigh-high boots. But,
Oof.
Exactly.
Shit, sorry.
So she still has essentially the Wonder Woman corset. There's this, flap in the front and the back that goes down over her nethers.
And it's in a V.
Of course it is.
Weird.
Yeah, the thigh-high boots, and then she has, shoulder armor. And
like wrist knives.
Yeah, it's like the wrist knives are really weird to me because now she kind of looks like the Max. But
you are correct.
Why does Wonder Woman need wrist knives?
And is Union Jack missing his boots?
Yes, those are actually mine.
Oh, nice.
You know.
Yeah, she doesn't need. She's super strong.
And they've said many a time that essentially, like, if you shot her with a bullet, that it would basically be a minor irritant to her. It wouldn't hurt.
Right.
So why does she need the shoulder armor? Like, I'm fine with, like, if you want to put her, because, like, her costume totally covers her up now. There's no cleavage. There's no legs or arms showing. Like, well, not totally. I mean, her face and her fists are still, uncovered. But I don't know. It's just a weird design.
I think they're trying to mash up with, like, her in her battle armor.
Yeah.
Kind of with the corset and all the, trying to mix them.
Yeah.
And they're just not pulling it off. Because I kind of dig the, Wonder Woman when she's, like, armored up with a shield and her sword.
Sure.
And,
yeah.
It's a good look.
I
don't agree with the one single shoulder armor and wrist knives.
Yeah, the knives are really weird to me. And like you said, the shoulder, like, it's like she has shoulder pads, but they're metal instead of, I don't know, it's just so weird. Other than that, from a design angle, I don't have a problem with it, I think, other than that, really. Like, the boots are a little weird, but, whatever. She can wear however high boots she wants to wear. She's Wonder Woman.
It's true.
But I don't know. I don't know. And again, it's one of those things that a lot of people are, there's a very clear divide, it seems, on the costume. Like, people that are either like, I absolutely hate it, this is stupid. And then there's I've seen quite a few where it's like, finally she's, if this is more practical and blah, blah. And it's like, here's my only thing with the practical argument. On a lot of the characters, I get it. And don't get me wrong, if I was a woman and I was going to go fight crime or evildoers, I wouldn't be hanging everything all over the place either, because that's just weird.
Yes.
But again, her skin is really difficult to cut and pierce and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, she doesn't really need it covered up if she doesn't want to cover it up.
Is it just because the Convergence event coming up? Is that what they're doing?
I don't know. Like, there's no real story in this that I have. It just says that the new outfit will appear in June in issue 41.
God damn it, I have a mess.
And then they go on to shit on Meredith and David Finch, who are working on the book. Apparently for taking it down a sexist road. I don't know. I'm not reading Wonder Woman at the moment. So,
right.
Because I haven't read a good run on Wonder Woman in a little while. I guess the last run, I forgot who was writing it. The last run was pretty good, but I haven't read it. But yeah, in the comments on this, and the site that I got this from is the Mary Sue, which the Mary Sue is a pretty female-first kind of website. They're pretty progressive, and, a lot of the people on the site are progressive, or I don't want to say girl power, because that's shit. Now, that's being misogynistic a bit, but it's, I don't know. It's just really, I really don't agree with them. They seem to like the costume. I really hate it.
Right.
I hate the wrist knives so much.
Yeah, that's the one thing that I really dislike is the wrist knives.
But I'm wondering. It's like, I'll save judgment on those for at least. I don't know what's going on in the story or what may happen. Maybe there's a use for those wrist knives. I don't. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with having, her bracelets that pretty much can't be destroyed almost, and having knives slashing out of them. That seems useful.
I just how are you gonna successfully lasso when you got wrist knives?
Listen, if Falcon can fly around with Captain America's shield.
All right, fair point.
I mean, that's just weird because it would change every trajectories anyway. But yeah,
I don't know, man. It's weird.
Yeah, I agree. It's a strange thing to me. I don't even know why. Like, because there's been different redesigns of Wonder Woman's costume over the years, like a ton of redesigns, and that's fine. Characters go through that stuff, and I'm not against trying something new in a character. But it's like, if you want to give Wonder Woman, like, more of a... This almost feels like it would be something that if she was, like, a commander in an army or something.
Yeah, it is very military looking, isn't it?
Yeah, that it feels almost... It almost feels more like it's for... how, like, back in the day, like, the commanders of the army would wear, like, the fanciest of things, but they weren't they were never getting, attacked and everything.
Yeah, getting dirty.
Right, like their stuff wasn't that practical, but it looked good.
Right.
Like that's kind of how I feel about this. I kind of feel like it's not as practical as it could be, other than it'll keep her warm.
Well, it depends on what it's made out of.
Yeah.
The wind might blow right through
Right. It's made out of elongated man.
it. Naturally. He loves it.
He finally got his wish.
Yeah. He's loving it.
Yeah, he is. Like, hey, Wonder Woman.
Hey, how's it going? I'm an elongated man, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, want to see me make my face into a camel toe? Moving on. Actually, I don't have much else.
I'm pretty much out besides comics.
Yeah, I know. We really don't have a whole lot this week.
That's fine. I'm starting to hit the wall.
Yeah, you'll do that.
Oof.
Well, we also did just record a whole other show.
Yeah, a whole other episode.
Yeah. But there wasn't a ton that really came out or really jumped out at me this week. So I just, aside from comics, there's that.
Right.
So I guess let's just move into comics because, this is going to be a short one, folks. So sorry, but you're going to get an enthusiast in a couple
I think we
days.
should take a quick break.
Okay.
So I can blow my nose because I feel like it's about to explode off my face.
Oh, come on. Wouldn't be the first time something's exploded. What?
I just don't want to, yeah, you got that right. What a fucking shitty week. Yeah, I just don't want to do it on air.
All right. I'm going to record it anyway. No.
That's fair.
All right. So I guess we're going to throw a commercial thingy in here, and then we'll be back in a couple minutes.
Beauty.
Warning. The hosts of Little Punch Drunk are proud to present to you a show like any other. With that in mind, if you listen to the show, there are no way and responsible for any and all side effects that may include insomnia, paranoia, dizziness, lightheadedness, hysteria, acid reflux, heartburn, diarrhea, constipation, narcolepsy, epilepsy, infidelity, gluten, insanity, senility, mental instability, sterility, or any other illity. They also are not responsible for any dryness, wetness, sensitivity to light or sound, nightmares, daymares, spontaneous combustion, immaculate conception, loss of sight, taste, or inhibitions, telekinesis, paralysis, nor will they take credit for any loss of faith, life, limbs, clothing, dignity, or morals, demonic possession, or sudden change of sexual orientation, ejaculation, or total loss of humor. You should not indulge in Little Punch Drunk if you are pregnant or may become pregnant, breastfeeding, taking any mind-altering medications, or have any heart conditions. If you are experiencing itching, rashes, nausea, blindness, deafness, or loss of sexual appetite, please stop your intake of Little Punch Drunk and call your physician immediately. For the rest of you, thanks for not pussying out, and enjoy the show.
It's time to crack open a cold one because this is a Little Punch Drunk. And I am, of course, your host, Rambo. And seeing as how we are now embarking on a brand new year, I figure it's about time to give you a brand new show. Now, that's not to say we're not still going to have your favorite segments like It Must Have Been in Florida and The Adventures of Naked Man. That just means I'm going to be shaking things up a little bit by giving you a plethora of different interviews and guest hosts. Now, you may be thinking to yourself, how am I going to get on a Little Punch Drunk? It's easier than you think. If you're the host of a podcast or any other kind of internet entertainment venue, or hell, if you're in the Orlando area and you're an artist or you have a band of your own or just something you need to plug and promote, it's pretty simple. Just email alittlepunchdrunk@gmail.com. Leave me your name, your information, and I'll get right back to you. For the rest of you, you can just tune in every Monday night at 9 p.m. at www.littlepunchdrunk.com. If you can't catch the show live, you can always catch it on the website. We're also on Stitcher and iTunes. You can also call the show at 484-994-ALPD. And as always, if you like what you hear, tell your friends. If you hated it, tell your enemies. It's all the same to me. Rock on.
Hey, we're back, bringing you commercials, clean noses, and comic book news.
Woo! I didn't clean my nose.
You son of a bitch.
So there's only
you lying son of a bitch.
There's not even one pair of noses that are clean on this show.
Yeah, that's true.
One pair of nostrils, not two pair of nostrils.
So, did you read some books this week or what?
Yeah, I did.
I plowed through my books today.
I read War and Peace. And
nice.
No chance I read that in a week. Not at the way I read books anymore. It takes me like 3 years to finish a book.
Yeah, here I got a stack of them.
I'm not. I don't mean comics. I mean like books.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Actual legitimate books.
And I'm not exaggerating. It takes me forever to read a book now. It sucks so damn much.
It's only OCD.
That
or
too.
not OCD, ADD.
Yeah, the addiction.
Thanks, iPhones.
Yeah, I was going to say the addiction to the internet,
Yeah.
Too much info available, like bang, bang, bang to you, I can't focus on a 500-page book or something.
Yeah, like one story. Psh,
yeah.
I'm going to read a bunch of stories, 140 characters at a time.
That's right. Ugh, man. There's some great tweets about that. Like one person, there was one that said that somebody should take a book and just post a tweet at a time from a book. Like just the whole book that way.
Apparently, oh, fuck. I think, I can't remember the dude's name now. Hey, he talks like this. I'm drawing a complete blank.
All right.
Yeah, there's a comedian that did that. He picked a book and he just did it like
really?
Every day.
Funny.
And I can't remember his fucking name.
Because I know like, there was a tweet about it that was, it's an old tweet that was basically saying that. And I was like, that actually is a really funny joke because, whoever did it first, I'm not saying someone stole it. I don't give a shit. But
right.
It's a really funny concept. And the thing is, there are probably a lot of people that actually would end up reading a book that way.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Because it's easier to digest. If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, in little bite-sized chunks.
Yes. Well, that's why
much like the little bird eats.
Like, I can't remember the name of the app, but there was an app that promised that it could improve your speed reading because it used a different approach. And at the same time, it said that it could help people with dyslexia read books because of how it organized the letters to help you read faster.
That's interesting.
Yeah. I don't remember the name of the app. It was something, I don't remember if we talked about it on the show or not, but it was something I meant to talk about, so I don't remember enough about it anymore.
Go chock full of information.
Go figure, I don't remember something. That never happens.
I can't remember a comedian, you can't remember that. We're all over it.
Yeah.
The world's most informed podcast, Salty Language.
You're getting awfully close to, we're kind of the opposite of Graphic Novice, as they are the least informed.
Yeah, I guess so.
All right.
We live on opposite ends of the moon or something.
Well, Nicole's in Canada, so it's close enough.
At some point, we will have moon wars.
It's true. Although we're not that far from one of the members of Graphic Novice.
True.
Because VF is not that far from us.
Yeah.
So if you're listening, VF, be afraid. No.
Moon wars.
Moon wars. All right, let's talk comics.
All right. What'd you read?
I read...
Lay one on me.
Ant-Man #3.
Yeah, I loved it. God damn it, Ant-Man.
Definitely loved the book.
You and your awesomeness.
Spoilers. I'm not really going to talk that much about the overall story, but there's this one moment I have to mention. How funny is the Hench app from when Taskmaster talks about it?
Yes.
Oh, my God. An
Hilarious.
app that's basically Uber for
henchmen.
For henchmen. Oh, God, how funny was that?
That was great.
I'm going to tell you, there were some really good one-liners in comics this week. Spider-Woman, actually, I think that was a last week's book. Spider-Woman actually has a line in it where she makes fun of... Do you remember, like, Spider-Woman 1? They had that, like, pseudo-porn cover where her ass was sticking in the air.
Super sexy ass in the air cover.
She actually, during the issue, was talking about how she's, like, shame-Googling herself. And she's like, and I became obsessed over, like, the butt cover or something to that effect. Totally breaks the wall and makes fun of that.
That's pretty funny.
And I laughed so hard. And there was a line in, what book was it? Oh, it was Guardians Team Up #1. And Spider-Woman, again, like, her and Rocket are, like, yelling at each other. And Rocket is like, and like, why am I listening to a woman who's wearing a costume with an arrow pointing at her you-know-what? And,
right.
There's just some really good stuff in there. But yeah, Ant-Man was really good. I don't know much more to say other than it's good, pick it up.
Yeah, read it. It's awesome.
It's by Nick Spencer, so if you like Superior Foes, it's similar in the kind of humor that it is. The characters are very related. Like, even Taskmaster is funny in the book,
Yeah, which he probably shouldn't be.
No, but
But he is.
I love it in the context,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's good.
So I gave it a 3.5. Probably could have went.
I went 4.
I was just going to say I probably could have went 4 on it because I really do enjoy the book as much as I didn't want to when it came. Not number 3, but overall, you know.
Yeah, once you're like, oh god, Ant-Man again.
Ant-Man, it's like, yeah, but yeah,
it's a quality book.
Yeah, and they said in the letters column in this one that they're what do you call it? The big whatnot that's coming up with Marvel, the Secret Wars or whatever. That it won't affect Ant-Man very much.
Oh, good. Leave it alone in its island of awesome.
Seriously, because all right. So yeah, I guess I should put your numbers down.
Well, while you're doing that, I'm going to bring up Batman Eternal number 49.
49 dudes. Yeah.
I'm going to call this after our previous discussion before the break. I'm calling this the WWE issue.
Okay.
Because the old guys kicked ass.
That's true, they did, yeah. I like it. They were setting up their own WrestleMania.
Yeah, they were. I mean, you had Gordon beating the shit out of Spurlers.
Right.
Spurlers!
Oh, man, that was great.
Beating the shit out of Penguin.
I really dug that when he slams the door shut in the cell and is basically like, you know, like, you could come in here and save Penguin, but not soon enough. Yeah. The only thing I didn't like was...
The Rorschach line?
Yep.
I was that bugged me too.
Or they could have not used that same line that's already been used by a DC property character.
Oh, you're gonna be in here with me.
Yeah, it's like, listen, I'll take I'll take my chances with Gordon versus Rorschach,
right?
Because Rorschach's probably gonna beat the hell out of me. Gordon, I got a fighting chance. I'll just tease him about how I stabbed his daughter or something with my dick. No. Oh. Anyway, enough of that.
But yeah, with him kicking ass, and then towards the end, Alfred was kicking ass.
Yeah.
It was an old guy ass kick issue.
I'll tell you, when Alfred grabs Hush and then like gives him the old, left cross or whatever, knocked his old ass out. I know it was a right cross in the Boys in the Hood, but stay with me. I actually had to look at that panel twice because at first I just kind of casually flipped past it. I was like, oh, whatever. And then I was like, wait. For a second there, I thought that Alfred actually broke his neck. And I'm like, no, there's no way. Like, Alfred, there's no way Alfred has a heel turn right there.
Beast mode cracks his neck.
It's like, because you know how it is. You in the Bat family, well, I guess Red Mask did, but you don't kill people. That's like the first rule. No guns and don't kill people, which is funny because Red, Mask does both.
He's the exception.
Yeah.
He's got a card.
Yeah. After that, though, I was kind of like, yep. I kind of hated how Alfred just kind of got out.
Yeah, they didn't really, like, how'd you get out? I live here.
Yeah.
And okay,
it's like,
so
what
what's
took
that
you
mean?
so long? Why did it take you 3 issues or 2 issues to get the hell out there?
So you're saying that you have a spare key keistered.
Nice.
Into the plexi dome or whatever that you keep random prisoners.
Now, see, if he had a keister, well, I guess if he keistered it, he should have been able to produce it sooner, but,
He's old. Maybe things don't work as well.
Yeah, he didn't, unfortunately, he didn't account for Tommy or Hush not giving him his Metamucil while he was locked up.
Exactly. I need my fiber supplement, Tommy.
Why are you so hip on the fiber? What do you got, a keistered?
I'm backing up over here.
Mind your business. Yeah, that was kind of weird how that just happened, but, yeah, whatever. I mean,
the only thing I can think is if maybe Penny 2 released him because when she had temporary control of everything.
I guess, yeah.
But other than that, I don't know how he would have got out.
No idea. Okay, so have what's his name? Corrigan hasn't been back in the story in a few issues.
Nope.
Is that whole thing done and put away? Because I kind of seemed like it was, but I didn't think that would just be the end of it. I didn't think it'd be wrapped up that quick and neatly.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. Although we haven't seen any spookiness.
No.
So maybe it is done.
Right. And so again, we can rule out Penguin as the overall mastermind here.
Right.
I don't think it really, this issue, did you find it pointing toward anybody?
Not really. I find it very hard to believe that it's Cluemaster and his cronies.
Oh, God, right? If it is, ugh.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of the only thing they do point to you, because he says that to Spoiler.
Right.
You know, when he's like, oh, it was right there in front of their face the whole time. It's like, no, come on. It can't be Clue Master. Like,
Right,
really?
that's what I thought, too.
So I hope it's not. I'm still holding out hope that it's, you know, Dick Grayson somehow.
That would be awesome.
No, wait.
I'm hoping it's,
Alfred?
you know,
Yeah.
Papa Wayne.
Oh, yeah, I forgot I said that. Yeah, that's actually my best potential spoiler of the whole book is that it's somehow his parents are still alive and that they're
just sick of his shit.
Yes. Oh, man. We're getting pretty close, though. I figure the next issue this coming week has got to be some big shenanigans because that's issue 50.
I would think, right?
I mean, I kind of hope so because I'm not going to lie. I think we've had about 4 issues of filler here.
Yeah, I give this one a 3 because I'm just kind of like meh on it.
Totally agree with you, sir. In fact, my notes say another meh book.
There you go. Bing.
Should pick up next issue as it's almost done. That was my note for the book. You know, but there were some moments. There were definitely some cool moments in it, though, because, you know, I like, you know, when they allow Alfred to not be, you know, a stuffy manservant and allow him to, you know, like, lay a whooping on somebody.
Yeah, on the show is like SAS experience off, whatever.
Yeah. It's like,
although, I know he got the ambush Hush and all, but, I mean, hasn't Hush kind of like stood up to Batman in hand-to-hand combat before?
No, you were not supposed to. You know, here's the difference, though. See, Alfred caught him with the element of surprise and a left. See, Batman's right-handed.
Oh.
Hush's weakness is left crosses.
It's true. It's a southpaw style.
Yeah, he didn't, you know.
Dude, it fucked with Apollo Creed. Why wouldn't it fuck with
That's
Hush?
why I was just laughing because the oh shit, what's the line from Rocky? You're a southpaw.
Yeah, you're a southpaw, Rock.
Yep. That popped into my head. So, yeah, I gave it a 3 also, and, you know, well, we'll see. I imagine it'll, like I said, it'll pick up this week because we're at the very end here.
Right.
I kind of feel like the last 3 issues should all have something kind of big in them.
We're just waiting for a reveal of anything.
Yeah. I mean, Batman's back. Because Batman's kind of been non-existent since the
Which has been weird, too.
issue. Yeah. Or Roz, however you want to say it. I've seen it and heard it as both now.
Yeah, Roz, Raish, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. All right, let's move on.
Let's call him Rachel.
Yes, Rachel L. Ghoul. Or Rachel Ghoul is what we'll call him.
Yeah, Rachel Ghoul.
Rachel
That's
Ghoul,
perfect.
yeah. It actually kind of works.
Yeah.
Howard the Duck, #1. The most anticipated book of the week, clearly by everyone. And by our pal Doc Thirst, or at Doc Thirst on Twitter, over on Graphic Novice, because he loves talking animals and Marvel books, and this gives him exactly what he wanted.
All the things.
I'm sure he bought all the covers and all the issues he could buy.
He's got a little Howard the Duck stuffy with a hole drilled in it for things.
I can't wait to hear his review of it on Graphic Novice.
Well, what did you think of it?
I really liked it.
Yeah, I liked it too.
I thought it was a hilarious book. There's something that happened in one of the pages that I don't want to spoil, and I think you probably know what I'm talking about. There's one page where they do something that's kind of unexpected.
Right.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't want to spoil that, but how funny was that?
Oh, yeah, it's great.
Okay. Yeah. Everyone listening is like, fuck you, tell us.
Yeah.
No, we're not going to.
Fuck you, buy the book.
Fuck you, buy the book. One thing that I thought was really, really funny was, did you catch his phone number on the billboard?
No.
It's like 555 Duck Dick.
That's funny.
And
he has a private eye.
I'm very surprised that Marvel allowed that. You know,
I'm sure that was the argument. Well, he's a private dick.
He's a private dick, yeah, and he's a duck. I mean, it's
it's legit.
It is. So yeah, there's a lot of like, I love how he kept mentioning, like, the one was like, oh, I saw you in a movie, and I'm like, really? They broke that wall? And then they show,
That's
like,
what I thought they were going to do too.
They show, like, his preview for his services playing it, you know, during the not the credits, but before the previews of a movie.
Right.
And then they keep making that he, you know, like, oh, just because that guy saw the right movie, you know. And
well, I was trying to decide if they're going to go with the original Howard the Duck movie or a Guardians cameo until the minor spur, or until the guy that works for the Collector showed up and tried to get him.
Right.
I was like, oh, okay. Well, obviously that's, you know.
Yeah. And I liked the humor that like Spider-Man had in it, and like pretty much everyone had in it. There was a lot of really good, funny lines in the book.
Yeah.
And I dug the art. I feel bad because I meant to write down the artist and stuff and I forgot. But the art and stuff's pretty cool. And
yeah, Todd pencils.
Yeah, Todd
Good
pencils.
stuff.
Right. Our pal and friend of Graphic Novice. Oh my God, Chip Zdarsky from Sex Criminals fame wrote the book. Actually, he didn't draw it, but he wrote the book. And because of that, I was like, well, I'm gonna like fine-tooth comb everything in this book. Because he's responsible or partly responsible for a lot of the little in-jokes.
All the nonsense.
Yeah, so I was like, I want to make sure I don't miss anything in this book. And there is a lot of little subtle jokes and stuff, and I love it. So I gave it a 3.
Good.
I gave it a 3.5.
Dude, that's what I gave. We're too similar on our ratings here. That's what I gave it too.
Because as much as I can't give it a 4 because it wasn't a great book. The story,
that's exactly what I thought.
The story's not great.
It wasn't an Ant-Man.
No. The story's not great, but it's still pretty funny, and it's a good, enjoyable read. And I was talking again. I'll do the shout out. Might as well call her like a correspondent of the show now. Fluffy Bunny Ash on the Twitters. I was talking with Ashley, and her and I were talking about this, and we were both like, it'd be nice if Marvel would kind of loosen the reins a little bit and allow him to be a little raunchy with this book,
right?
Just to really allow them to have fun with it, Because some of the Marvel books are really funny, and they don't really have anything though that is in the, I don't want to say adult line, but to where it's more of a
adult humor.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's all like teen humor kind of.
Right, and I kind of like Howard the Duck. Kind of felt like there were a few moments that could get away with it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And it's definitely a character that if you're gonna let one loose with it, that's a character that whatever. All right. What we got
about
next here?
Star Wars?
Number
3.
Number 3.
Return of the Jedi.
Again, I'm digging this book. Like of the Star Wars titles, this is the one that I'm really enjoying the most.
I like it the most too. Although this one was left me a little like meh compared to the last two.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna mention something because I actually missed this. The first time I actually read this book twice, and when I read it the second time, I caught it, and there's some really good badass moments again from Vader in this. Like, did you notice that he choked the dude from the planet? Like the dude's on the ship, and he choked him from the planet.
No, I didn't notice. that.
Yeah. I was like, that's fucking badass, dude. Like Vader's just like a good distance away, and it was just like,
yeah, got you, bitch.
Yeah. So, the humor's good in the book. It's not a bad book. It's it's pretty well written, and the adventure parts of it feels like a Star Wars movie.
Right.
I mean, I don't think it's not blowing me out of the water. I mean, I still gave it a 3.5 because I think it was definitely enjoyable.
I gave it a 3. It lost a half point based on one thing.
Not enough Wookiee dick.
Oh shit! No, it's a 2.5. No, I really didn't like the cover. For some reason, Luke's face on the cover really bothers me.
I actually don't know if it's like, I'm not telling you what you think, but I think the way I don't think the proportion is right somewhere in it.
Something looks off. Luke looks a little downsy, maybe.
Well, Luke was. I mean,
yeah.
No, I'm
I
kidding.
don't know. Something wasn't quite right. I did not enjoy the cover. I know it's very superficial, but fuck you.
Well, in fairness, we are coming off of a podcast where we were talking about how fabulous Vader was on the cover. So,
well, that's true too.
And the Princess Leia cover was not great. As much as I love Terry Dodson when he draws ladies, I'm not a big fan of how he drew Leia. Yeah, I didn't even write down any notes. There was just that. Like I said, it felt like a book that's. I mean, it's obviously setting up probably really big stuff because
right.
Luke makes a bunch of explosions and Vader gets angry
and was it just? I mean, I hate to spoil shit like we are, but I have to ask you. So spoilers.
Mm-hmm. Wait, what?
Spoilers?
Yeah.
Did it seem like? Did it seem awfully vague at the end when there was this massive explosion? I was like, oh, they took off in the Millennium Falcon, found Luke, and then he was on board.
Yeah, it seemed like it because I thought that Vader was going to get him basically.
Yeah,
and then like all of a sudden he's on board the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, and I wasn't really sure how he got there.
Alfred let him out actually, right after.
That was nice.
Or actually, no. Whoever let Tommy out a few issues ago got Luke on the Millennium Falcon. So
let him in.
We're just not sure of who that is, and I still would like to know the answer to that.
Yeah, same here.
And I asked a couple of people and had the same answer from everybody, which is I don't know. So hopefully that's our whodunit. You know, maybe
I hope so.
And we'll see. I'm telling you, it's Dick. But
that would be. I'm telling you, that'd be awesome.
Or like we said, Thomas Wayne.
Thomas Wayne from the dead.
Oh my God!
Dun dun dun.
It's Thomas Wayne, but it's from an alternate timeline. You know.
Ooh.
That way, it helps them set up the convergence. Blah blah. Anyway, enough
God!
of that.
I hope they don't do shit like that.
If they do that, I may have to kill everyone involved.
Yeah,
I'm
might
kidding.
have to walk.
Make some Chinese, like some stir fry.
Dude, that sounds good too.
I know it does. I gotta stop talking about food. I'm starving.
Yes,
all right.
Yes.
So, what did you give Star Wars again? Sorry.
3.
Okay. Oh, you know what? I gotta go back here. Batman Eternal. You agreed with me on, right?
Yep.
Okay. As a 3.
Yes.
You gave Howard the Duck.
Oh, sorry. 3.5.
Okay. This was a 3. Okay. Now we're all caught up here.
And well, the last one I read, I don't know if you read one anymore.
Oh, I did.
Was Thor.
Damn
was
right.
it number 6, I think?
Excuse me. Yeah. Yeah, it certainly was.
And I was amped because the opening panel was like, "Who is Lady Thor?" And they show a bunch of faces. I was like, "All right, they're finally gonna." No.
They're gonna drag this on They're probably gonna drag this on until Secret War, basically.
Yeah, is it bothersome though?
Here's something though. Again,
what's up?
Even though this whole segment, you should always know, as soon as we start talking comics, it's all Spurler heavy.
Yeah, boy, is it.
I found it really interesting when he was talking to Jane Foster. Like, it really felt like they were trying really to be heavy-handed about, like, look how weak and how she's clearly not taking any magical help. You know, and I was like, are they trying to make us think that she's probably Thor? Because I'm not buying it if they are. And it might turn out to be her, but it felt a little too like, hey, here it is, wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Force fed.
Yeah. Because they went so over the top about talking about how sick she was and how Thor can't lose her and all this other stuff. And it's like, picture it, it's Sicily, 19 whatever, okay?
Yes.
Down the road, Thor finds out that it truly is Jane Foster, okay? So then basically what happens is, as long as she has the power of Thor, she doesn't die.
Right.
If she relinquishes said power, she's going to die from cancer.
Could be an interesting story arc.
No, it couldn't. Stop it.
You don't think so?
You're right. I'm writing it right now. Jason Aaron better let me write that arc. No. That's kind of how I felt they were trying to...
When Thor's like, bitch, I want my hammer, but I don't want you to die.
Right.
But I want my hammer. But death and stuff.
Yeah. And Thor's
but my feelings for you. But Nick Fury's whisper.
I'm actually going to write this now as a romantic movie. Thor's hammer.
Shit.
On Lifetime. It started with a whisper. And I'm not quoting the song there. I'm just, but it started with a whisper of whatever it was that we still don't know that Fury gave the old sweet nothings. He must have been talking about $240 worth of pudding.
Naturally. And Heimdall, open the Rainbow Bridge to my heart.
Oh, my God. Oh, God. That's so perfect with this issue, too, when he's talking with Heimdall about, looking for Thor.
I love all the shit Heimdall sees, and Thor's just like, bah!
Yeah, bah! Yeah. Oh, my God. Boy, Odin seems to have lost his shit.
Yeah, he drinks a lot.
That's true.
And football's not on, so.
I did like Frazier, going 5 across the face on him, though, about...
Boy, did she, didn't she?
Yeah.
Wow.
I was
she don't take no shit either.
No, girl power, son.
Goddamn girl power.
Oh, wait, sorry, that was last issue.
Yeah.
How funny was the Lord Thunderpants line?
Yes, I like that a lot.
Oh, my God.
Thunder Britches.
Thunder Britches, correct, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why I typed pants when britches is clearly one of my favorite words.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, I was like, oh, my God, that is so, that's fantastic. That's what they should call him from now on. Lord Thunder Britches.
And I like the whole Roxanne Malekith
Yeah.
Keith, however you want to say his name.
Right.
Little thing they got going on, too.
Yeah, I love, the agreement they made where it's like, give me access to all the oil on your, in your land, and I'll give you, like, this head of the Frost Giant King or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, that seems like a fair and terrible trade for everyone.
For sure. Exactly. That must be a sweet Frost Giant skull.
Right. He's going to use it as a beer mug.
Oh, nice.
Hopefully,
now we're talking.
I'm not sure if he can, it'll still be smaller than the Cerveza you had, but,
Second flight. Good. Yeah, you're right.
Like, if only. So, would you rate this issue?
I did a 3.5 because I'm still enjoying it.
I gave it a 3 because I was a little mad about a lot of the issue, but...
I guess it's on the subject of Thor. I read the Thor annual.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I did it, yeah.
I know we touched on it briefly last week, but I gotta say, of all the stories, I think I like CM Punk's the best because it was so, like, lighthearted and fun.
Yeah. And I actually liked all 3 of the stories.
Yeah, I liked all 3 of them, too.
I liked Thor, like, the female Thor, like, proving herself to the others just for funsies, basically,
Yeah, doing all these tests of whatever.
Right, and stuff like that. I dug that. But again, that had a girl power moment in it that I was like...
Right.
But, because I'm not against the girl power stuff in the book, but it's a little heavy-handed when Jason Aaron's doing it. He's doing a little too heavy-handed,
Right.
Like, you're trying a little too hard, bro. Knock it off.
Yeah, I liked it, though.
But it was a pretty good issue, yeah. I'm with you, though. The CM Punk one was by far my favorite. Even though it was weird that, it was all about drinking, and CM Punk is not all about drinking. And
he's got his muse from somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah, and he doesn't really advocate drinking at all either. That's, but
right.
Whatever. He's writing a character. It doesn't have to be a personal thing.
Yeah, it's true.
I guess. Jerk.
Jerky indeed.
All right, so you gave Thor a 3.5.
Yes.
All right. Well, that's all the comics from this week, because I was behind on last week's stuff, so I just got caught up.
Right.
So I haven't read much else from this week yet. It'll be the same thing. I'll be finishing this week's books. Like
I'll be by the time catching up on next week or whatever.
Yeah. So, but I wanted to focus on the ones we talked about doing on the show.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
good choices.
Right. So, all right. So, yeah, it looks like that was a pretty decent crop.
Yeah, there wasn't a real stinker this week in the comics I read.
Yeah, exactly. And, it's nice. No stinker in the comics, no Gotham to angry me up. Maybe that's what's going on this week. Maybe that's what it is. We're a little more low-key because there's no Gotham to angry us all up.
Yeah, maybe. All festive and shit.
Right, we're all calm and docile.
Calm, collected.
Yeah, I don't like it. Oh, well, we still have another month before Gotham's back, so.
Yeah, well, Game of Thrones will be back soon, too, though. So.
Oh, you're right. Speaking of, did you see the Game of Thrones Princess Bride mashup thing?
I saw you posted it because I was doing my weekly Facebook check.
Right.
But I didn't watch it.
Okay.
It's pretty good.
It was funny because it's basically, it takes Princess Bride and, where Peter Falk is reading the book to Fred Savage. And
right.
he's like, oh, the story's got like fighting and all this, and they just show clips from Game of Thrones for all of it.
I may have seen that. I don't know how long the video's been around, but it sounds familiar.
Yeah, I don't know either. I just saw it, which it's a little weird, something like that. But I haven't been on Reddit much, so
right.
But yeah, I'll give you the link for it because you can throw it on the website or whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
Again, I will say this: if you're listening and you're interested, if you're not current on Game of Thrones, don't watch it because.
Yeah, start from the beginning. Don't be a jerk.
There may be some spoilers in this that
you're
going to be very angry about if you see. So,
well, there'll be heavy spoilers if you go to 10 a.m. and get a slice of. Wow, I just lost my train of thought completely.
On that note,
holy shit! I haven't had a major derailment like that in a while.
That was pretty rough. Not sober, you haven't.
What the fuck was I even saying?
I have no idea, dude. 10 a.m. something. I have no clue where you were going with that.
For some reason, I was thinking of toast and jam.
It's just breakfast, man. You're just like, dude, it's getting to be breakfast time. All right, let's wrap this shit up.
Oh my god, I gotta go to bed.
I need
Holy
to eat.
fuck.
Jesus Christ. All right, so go to saltylanguage.com. Click on all the links, and if Tony it doesn't get derailed by toast and jam.
Dude, I don't know what happened there.
Oh, man. See, a lesser show would cut that out because, you sound like a goon in there, but not us. It's not what we do around these parts.
I'm going to go back and listen to that because I don't even know what I said. I just know I was like starting to fall asleep.
You started saying something, and then you were like, blah, blah, 10 a.m., and I'm like, what? All right. So, yeah, go to saltylanguage.com, click on all the links. If you can, please click on the Patreon link and help us out, to improve our show and different stuff to help us out with the cost. If you can't, then that's fine, too. We understand. If you're going to buy on Amazon, please click on the Amazon link on the website first. Then go do your shopping as normal, because then they chip us off a little some, and
nice.
and that makes everybody happy. You get your cool stuff from Amazon. We get like a nickel for every $1,000,000 you spend, and everybody's happy.
Yeah, for sure. At no extra cost.
Exactly.
Toast and jam.
While you're on the website, you can get all our back episodes. I didn't say issues this time.
Good job, Brian.
You can get all our back episodes. And also, make sure you check out The Enthusiasts. There should be a new episode hitting this week with Blue Carson. And, other than that, all I have to say to you... Oh, I guess, if you want to follow us on the Twitters, which is probably the best way to follow us...
It's true.
Go to the Twitters, and then it's salty_language. Boy, we got to end this show.
Yeah, I know. I'm feeling
a goddamn mess.
Obviously.
Salty_language on Twitter is the show's name. Mine is Tsunami. I almost said your name.
I'm at Monotony, although, fair warning, I'm kind of in my downslope of Twitter right now. I've been very inactive lately.
I actually have been, too. I haven't been posting anywhere near what I usually do, so that'll probably turn at some point here. That's about it. Kind of giving some thought to starting a kit group for the show, but I don't know if there's enough interest, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe I'll just talk to myself in the kit group. That'll
I still have kick.
All right, maybe we'll start that then. If so, we'll post it on the Twitter.
Just be you and I chatting.
Probably. We already have it then.
Yeah, it's cool.
So yeah, there you go. I guess have a beer, you'll be fine.
Stay salty.
And toasted jam.
At 10 a.m.
At 10 a.m., of course.
Yeah.
You are now leading the world of Musings of a Geek podcast network. Stay geeky, my friends.